The Prime Minister Narendra Modi had to invoke the COVID crisis and the need for national unity in his address to the Lok Sabha Monday shows the scale of the formidable challenges ahead. From the severe dislocation in energy supplies to the unprecedented volatility in financial markets, the shadow of missiles over a 1 crore diaspora to the overheated rhetoric by each of the three sides in the conflict that keeps ratcheting up both temperature and pressure, underlining the need to be prepared for an eventuality. Modi said, "We faced similar challenges during the COVID crisis with unity. Now again, we must prepare in the same way. The pain is visible. Disruptions in energy supplies are being felt across parts of the economy, from ceramic tiles exporters in Morbi, Gujarat to restaurants and hotels. The effects are not just limited to oil and gas. The Gulf region is a key choke point. It is a major supplier of fertilizer and inputs such as sulfur and ammonia. Economies could get affected in ways far beyond what the surface level impact suggests. The second order effects could soon start showing. Markets are hurting too. On Monday, the BSE Sensex ended the day down 2.46%. Since the beginning of this conflict, the market has been down around 10%. Foreign investors have withdrawn $11.8 billion in March so far. The rupee was hovering around the 94 level against the dollar. In the gathering dark, there was a glimmer when US President Donald Trump posted Monday that the US and Iran had held very good and productive conversations and that he would hold off military strikes against Iran's energy sites for give days. There has been no reaction from Tehran or Tel Aviv, and given Trump's record over the last 4 weeks, a flip flop could be just another social media post or a missile away. That said, the pause could open the much needed space for diplomatic maneuvering. The world is waiting for an off ramp. Oil slumped, stocks jumped following Trump's post. Domestic political pressure could force a reassessment of the situation as pain thresholds are breached. The national average gasoline price in the US has touched $3.95 a gallon. However, even if there is a let-up, supply disruptions could well persist. Qatar has already said that it could take years to repair its energy infrastructure in 2024-25. India had imported 41.4% of its LNG from the country. As the zone of uncertainty expands each day, internal adjustments will be needed. The PM's message should go down to all who will bear the costs: households, firms, and the government. The World Meteorological Organization's latest State of Climate report confirms the energy agency's findings over the last 10 years. The decade that ended last year was the hottest on record. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is about 50% higher than pre industrial levels in 2025, even as renewable energy aged out coal as the loading source of electricity, global emissions reached record levels. Even though clean power has registered an appreciable increase, it's nowhere close to keeping pace with the world's appetite for energy. All this means that the concentration of carbon dioxide reached its highest level in the last 2 million years and methane and nitrous oxide in at least the last 8 lakh years. In itself, three are sobering figures. The WMO report adds another worrying dimension. The record levels of GHG have upset the Earth's energy equilibrium. Ideally, the amount of radiation entering the planet and the amount of it leaving it should be roughly similar. But a heat surplus has accumulated in the past six decades. That means that even if GHG emissions were to completely stop anytime soon, the planet will continue to warm.